Call 800-864-6608.
This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner.
Hey, great friends. What's going on? It is Monday afternoon. Today is January 9th. It's Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man just coming onto the radio airwaves of 1090, coming onto the stream of YouTube. We're streaming on all the different audio podcast platforms that you would expect, all the way from Apple to iHeart and everything in between. And tonight we'll be on TV, Channel 4 San Diego, as part of the Cox Yorview Network. We are in the 7 Mile Casino Studios. Grande, Brown Man, it's Monday afternoon, and I must tell you both, exciting weekend of NFL football, an exciting matchup coming up this afternoon, this early evening, between TCU and Georgia for the national championship up at SoFi Stadium. So football, like everything on my mind today, is about NFL and college football national championship. Playoffs going in, championship tonight. Good afternoon, gentlemen. How we doing today?
Ooh. We number one. That's all I know. We number one, baby. Winners win.
Yeah,
That's all I
baby.
gotta say. Winners win, baby.
Congratulations.
Winners win.
Congratulations, man. I was so happy
Thank
for
you.
you. I was like,
Thank you.
look at that future Steve Young leading the team to the worst record in the
Yeah.
NFL. Way
Yeah.
to go,
Yeah.
Justin Fields. Hell yeah, baby.
All right.
Worst team.
Yeah,
Worst team in the NFL. I was so happy for
I
you
appreciate
yesterday.
that. I appreciate that coming from you. That means a lot. Thank you.
I was
Thank you.
genuinely happy for you guys yesterday. Because I was
come on, Brown. I mean,
listen,
you guys lost and won. You guys got the number one overall
No.
pick.
We won and won.
Well,
What you mean?
yeah.
I mean, come on.
they were the best at sucking.
Right.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
the Texans couldn't even suck right. The Bears, they did it right. They
Yeah.
sucked.
Correct.
They sucked.
Hey, listen, I'm all for Lovie Smith. If you know you're going to get fired and
Stick it to him.
and you have any chance at all to win that game and you can beat the Colts, doesn't matter who you're playing. You can win the last game, get fired, and screw the organization out of the number one overall pick. Hey, I'm all for that. I loved it.
And help your former team
Right.
that still has love for you that you took to the Super Bowl.
Yep,
And,
exactly.
and don't get
Right.
it twisted. I will call my shot right now. Lovie Smith is on the Bears staff next year.
If not on the staff,
The
in the
front
upper
office.
management, consulting
Yeah.
in some way,
Right.
shape, or form.
Seriously.
They owe him.
Right.
They owe him.
That story out of the weekend, I mean, it hits home because it's Browner. But guys, how about the story of the Buffalo Bills playing the New England Patriots yesterday? The whole world is focused on this game. In fact, if you turned the Buffalo-New England game on television yesterday, in other words, if you were like, hey, it's 10 a.m., what game does CBS have? Because the Chargers don't play later until the window. And we know that, CBS locally is going to force the Chargers down our throats. But seriously, the Bills Patriots was the game that everybody was focused on, and it was on national television. It was the number one team. It was CBS. It had Jim Nantz. It had Tony Romo. The opening kickoff. The Patriots are going to kick off to the Bills in Buffalo the week after what the Bills have just had with Damar Hamlin sending love from the hospital bed, right? And on the opening kickoff, the dude is going to return the kick for a touchdown. Show it to us, Alex. Let's take a look at this and listen to this.
Yes, sir.
As Folk puts his foot into the ball, it's going to be short. Fielded at the 4 by Hines, coming straight up the middle to the 20, cuts it back at the 25. He's got an alley down the right sideline to the 40, 50, down to the 40, 35, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Nyheim Hines, 96 yards.
I mean, come on, really? Like, did that really happen?
So let's get even weirder about it. The last time, according to the Bills, the last time the Bills returned a kickoff for a touchdown was 3 years and 3 months ago.
There you go. He was doing his thing.
No, I'm saying,
Go ahead, Mr. Spiracy.
Damar Hamlin, number 3. Everybody rocking number 3. I'm just saying it was. Sometimes it's not just football, There's
the universe.
There's
brother.
football gods
Right.
just talking to
Right.
everybody.
Right.
Just
By the way, Everybody wearing the DeMar Hamlin, like Love for DeMar 3, t-shirts all weekend long. I thought to myself this weekend, listen, this is the craziest story ever. I had read, I had heard on ESPN that they interviewed one of his like best friends, childhood best friend or whatever, right? And they say to the best friend, "Hey, have you spoken to him yet?" And the best friend says, "Yeah, I spoke to him when he came out of the coma. Like got on the phone with him or something." And they said, "Well, what'd you say to DeMar?" And he said, "My man, you are the most famous person on planet Earth right now. You, DeMar Hamlin from McKees Rocks, Pennsylvania, who was the 6th round draft choice, who was the backup player that no one had ever heard of prior to this whole situation. You are literally, without exaggeration, the most famous person on planet Earth right now." And I thought to myself, that is such a great line, And then everybody's wearing these t-shirts, love for DeMar, love for DeMar. They're having like Russell Wilson and who was it from the Chargers that
Derwin
James, both number 3s. They're kneeling down before the game. The teams coming together before the game to kneel. I'm like, we've never seen anything like this before, right? Like guys have gotten paralyzed on the field, never walked again. And they were like, get his ass off the field and play the game. Something was different about this. I tend to think I have a thought on why it is, but so different.
Well, he died.
Well, not just but not just
that'll do it.
It's not just that though. It's not just that. There's more to it. I think
on Monday Night Football, the only game on.
Right, and again, in this world of social media, where like everybody can, hey, I'm going to donate, or this guy said something that's really not very nice, and we're going to cancel and crush and destroy and beat down. Like, I just nothing. We've never seen. Man, 9/11 may not have been like this, for crying out loud. I'm so glad this kid is up and well, and he has this look in his eyes like he's going to be good. But the Bills, 2 touchdown returns on kickoffs, and the opening kickoff of that game, that was crazy, man.
Yeah, and you had DeMar basically live tweeting the game too.
I know.
He was literally live tweeting the game.
He's good. He better. He's tweeting. He's good.
Yeah.
Listen, I am. This is great. I'm glad he's okay. I'm glad we've reached this point. I hope the camera did something with the colors because he plays for Buffalo. I hope those are Buffalo colors. Let's play football now.
Here comes the butt.
Yeah. Let's go back to football. He's okay. Yeah. He's gonna live. He's gonna have some type of life after this. Let's go back to football.
Browner, life after this? Are you kidding me? This is preordained, man. The Buffalo Bills will be playing against like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, right? It's like 27-24 Tampa Bay or 27-24 Buffalo. Make it better. I'm trying to think of the right score. This is literally all coming to me as we're speaking. It's a tie game. Brady is driving the Bills to win the Super Bowl, or driving the Bucs to win the Super Bowl over the Bills. God, I'm having a hard time today. And DeMar Hamlin is going to intercept Tom Brady at like the goal line and return it like 100 yards and walk off the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. I mean,
what do you work at, Disney Plus?
Yeah,
nah, bro.
Yeah,
what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm just saying that the story is so crazy the way it's already happened. And the Bills are probably now going to be that team that America is rooting for. And I don't know, man. DeMar Hamlin's sitting up in that hospital he got a look in his eyes like, I'm good, y'all.
Listen, the reason why I say that is because as fast as we can love these stories can turn. So and not from the health wise, I mean in other areas. So he's okay. So now we just treat this like any other injury. And let's move on. Let him get better back here. He'll have his moment on the field when he can walk again and he's up and he's upright. He'll come out like Alex said. He'll come out for the coin toss at some point if the Bills are still playing, which they probably will be, and let him have his moment. Let him get good.
Can I
stop tweeting, bro? Get better.
Can I dream big that he picks off Tom Brady in the Super Bowl and returns it 100 yards and and is standing there like, hey, this happened. This just was a weird freak incident. He hit me at the exact time my heart beat. It happened. They saved me. Thank God I'm back.
I hope you see Tua again before you see this young man again.
Oh, Tua's playing this weekend against the Bills. I'll wager. If I lived in a town, in a city, in a state that would let me do that, I would bet that.
I will bet you $1 crispy dollar. $1 crispy dollar. That does not happen.
You don't think Tua will play in the playoffs this week?
No.
Let me ask you this. Hold on a second.
After what I saw yesterday, they might
How
be
bad they were.
They might be pushing for that.
Hey, let me ask you this. Lamar Jackson play this weekend?
Yes.
Nope. And if I'm the Ravens, if he don't take the field and I'm the Ravens, I need a new quarterback.
I told you they need a new quarterback anyway.
You were right. Then you were right, man.
I mean,
it's
not because he's not. It's not because he's not a terrific dynamic player. It's just that he wants guaranteed money, so that if for some reason he gets hurt and he can't be as productive, he don't want to be tied to incentives or anything like that. He wants his money. He wants it guaranteed. And once you give him that guaranteed money, man, I'm telling you right now, fingernail hurts. I'm playing, man.
You know what I love about the Ravens? The Ravens are the only team, I think, in the history of the NFL to have a very mobile running quarterback as their primary quarterback, and each one of their backups do the exact same thing. You know, like how many times Justin Fields gets hurt? It's freaking Nathan Peterman and like a completely different quarterback. Like the Ravens winning 10 games kind of makes sense to me now, because you're like, okay, it's Huntley, who looks just like Lamar, and it's Anthony Brown, who looks just like Huntley, that looks like Lamar, and they're all like crappier versions of Lamar, obviously, but they all run the same system. So it's not like a massive change to the Ravens' dynamic on offense. Like, why don't teams do that? I don't know. Side note, sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. Hey, listen, I'll tell you guys this right now. We get on the air here Monday afternoon, and I'm going to tell you guys, there's so much to talk about that we've already gone in like 5 or 6 different directions. You know, I don't think the Bears getting the first overall pick because the Texans won and Lovie Smith is a former Bears coach where he's loved and the Texans screwed him over and fired. I don't think that was our primary story. I think the kickoff return for the Bills, definitely a primary story. Backup quarterbacks, who's playing, who's not playing as we go into the wild card weekend, probably not the first thing we're going to, but that's just where our heads are at because they're spinning right now.
All right, give me your first thing. Give me your first thing.
Well,
y'all know what my head
here's the thing.
I think you can guess where my head might be at.
Well, your head, what, on your Minnesota Vikings?
No. Please. That's been locked up for a long time.
Garbage.
Like
against the Giants, garbage.
No, it's the yearly Super Bowl for all NFC North fans. The day Aaron Rodgers gets eliminated from the season is like a Super Bowl for the NFC North fans.
Yeah.
It was sweet last
night, man. I'm telling you, I felt so petty last night. I have never rooted so hard against the team. Like Charger hater. Dude, you gotta talk about Charger hater. I should have a Packer hater club. I've been hating this team for 36 years. Like 36 years, man. You want to talk about torturing a division. Brett Favre, Matt Flynn 1 year, Aaron Rodgers, boom, boom, boom. Like it's just been a 3-decade span of just torture for a division. So to watch what could be, I'm sure we'll have another offseason of Aaron Rodgers because he's gonna love it. But what could be the end of a generation of elite quarterbacks in that division coming to an end last night.
Dude,
I celebrated. I almost popped a bottle like Browner did.
Dude, listen. Not only did the Packers lose, get eliminated from the playoffs, and have it happen at Lambeau Field, but the traditionally lowly Detroit Lions, led by the LA Ram castoff, everybody in LA ridicules Jared Goff as if Sean McVay just held his hand to the Super Bowl, and then he wasn't good enough. Okay. And the story this weekend of how Jared Goff has helped the Detroit Lions become a winner. They will end the season with a winning record. They will not go into the playoffs. That's okay. They'll have an off season to try and get better. And that's an organization that is going to start to believe that they can win. And to see the Detroit Lions on Sunday Night Football beat Aaron Rodgers at Lambeau and have Rodgers walk off, holding on to one of his teammates, Randall Cobb, who he's been there with forever. The body language said it was over. And by the way, hey, Packers, Should have done it a year ago.
Yeah.
You gave him all the money, and what he produced for you was an 8-9 season that didn't get into the playoffs. You should have done it a year ago, but you didn't have the guts to do it because he wasn't Jared Goff first, 4 or 5 years of his career. This was Aaron Rodgers, an all-time legend. And you didn't have the guts to do it.
It was just beautiful, man.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
And you're talking about who had the big game for the Lions? A Packers cast off, Jamal Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A guy that they just were like, okay, we're good. And he even said leading up to the week, he's like, yo, my ex broke up with me. I found someone better. That's literally what he said.
Hey, and Jared Goff, same thing, man. After the game.
Josh Reynolds a cast off, DJ Chark
to
a
Jared
cast
Goff.
off.
I felt about last night's game. I felt the best for Jared Goff because he was literally thrown away.
Yeah.
And when the Rams won the Super Bowl, it was like another knife. And look how the resilience that dude had.
Right. But I told
on that team.
But I told you guys, man. And listen, I'm very, very, very rarely right. So when I am, I have to break my arm, patting myself on the back. Sean McVay treated Jared Goff because he was a young quarterback. He treated him like a robot. Sean McVay was a young coach. Jared Goff was a young quarterback. And the young coach wanted to program the robot. And he never gave him the latitude to be a leader. Like when you see Jared Goff on the field last night and he throws that 4th down completion and they're going to win this game, they get that 1st down, and you see him looking at the sideline, screaming at the sideline, yeah. That's a guy who's been given the freedom and flexibility to be a team leader, not, hey, be the robot to the head coach. I'm happy for Jared Goff.
Also, we love victory laps on this show, but I do got to take the L on Dan Campbell. I was wrong about that guy.
Yeah.
I thought he would have.
We all were.
I thought he would have.
Bro, they were 1-6.
Wait. Don't say that we all
you were giving up on them, Mr. Hard Knocks.
I watched Hard Knocks. I watched Hard Knocks, and I told you I was adopting the Detroit Lions this year. And I spent more, and I believed in Dan Campbell because he's a walking, talking, motivational wrestling character at all times, and football players buy that stuff. Even in 2022.
I don't know. Pull that tape, Rigby. 1-6. He was not rocking with him.
Also, what happened in Denver yesterday?
Oh,
come on, man.
Put it this way.
Come on.
I stopped watching. I stopped because I'm like, okay, well, this game's over. Let's move on. I stopped watching. I mean, it was.
I got to tell you, it's not really the game.
Yeah,
it's kind of the procedure of the game and how it was carried.
Yep.
And the lack of, I guess, accountability for what happened by the head coach.
Yep.
He ain't the guy. It's okay.
No, he is the guy.
It's okay.
No, he is the guy.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
He's there next year.
Brandon Staley's the guy.
He ain't fired.
Brandon Staley is the guy. And so while Jim Harbaugh maybe goes and takes the Denver job, or I don't know, maybe it's the former Saints coach, that takes the Denver job. I don't know. I'm just telling you right now, Denver's going to get themselves a real coach.
We've seen this movie with the Chargers.
Could be Sean Payton.
The last 2 head coaches where they survive by making the playoffs and they only do 3 or 4 year deals. And now instead of being a lame duck coach entering his 3rd year, they'll give him an extension. That'll come out. But it's a 1-year extension, so he's not a lame duck coach. We've seen this with McCoy. We saw this with Lynn. Did Lynn not get a 1-year extension after he made the playoffs in the first year in LA?
True.
So he is the guy, Bronner.
From a standpoint of, is he going to take them where they need to go? The answer to that question is no.
Oh, well, they're going to go to Jacksonville this week. And I can't wait to see what happens there.
I think they'll beat Jacksonville.
Oh,
I think that's where
they definitely could beat them. I mean, I
think that's where they'll stop.
They got smoked. They got smoked by Jacksonville earlier in the season. I think it was in LA.
It was.
But yeah, they could win. And they can win that game. And then they'll probably have to play Kansas City, and that's where it'll all come to an end.
I love that the post game, I know we'll get to detail, but he goes, I only got 48 guys. What do you want me to do? I don't know. I don't know. Look around the league, bruh. Did Brian Daboll play anybody? No. Did the Vikings had something to play for, and they pulled their starters in the second quarter.
Right.
His defiance is weird in certain places.
So
the whole 4th down thing last year, now not this year. And then this whole not play him in the preseason, but you play him in a meaningless game at the end of the season. Those are guys who get hurt.
Bro, you played Justin Herbert up until the 4th quarter.
Yeah.
Why?
Joey Bosa got hurt.
Take everybody else out. Take everybody out.
Right.
Everybody. Why is Justin Herbert playing until the fourth quarter?
But when they brought in Chase Daniels, they were trailing.
Yeah.
Like, it may be one thing if you pull a guy and go, hey, we got a nice lead, we're good. Let's get somebody else some playing time. If you're trailing and the game doesn't mean anything to you, which it didn't from the very beginning, why even put Justin Herbert in the position? So listen, as we just get on the air here today, you can hear how completely unorganized we are, meaning our brains are going a million miles a second here with everything that has happened over the course of the weekend. So now we've just kind of spewed it out. Now we're going to get a little organized because we got a lot of stuff to get to here. And I'll tell you guys, my brain is feeling very, very good. Even though I feel like I'm like a word or two off here or there so far in today's show, my brain is feeling extremely focused and clear. I'm going to explain to you why that is coming up in a matter of moments. We're in the 7 Mile Casino Studios, 7milecasino.com. Blackjack, poker, table games over here. Sammy's Restaurant and Bar, which is Sammy's Woodfire Pizza over here. Smoke-free environment, 7 minutes south of downtown San Diego. Best location at 7 Mile Casino. 7milecasino.com. Any problems with gambling, you call 1-800-GAMBLER. Stick around. Why is the brain so sharp? Tell you, coming right back.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Dominating the SoCal radio airwaves for over 20 years. Join Scott Kaplan, Alex Padilla, and John Browner for Kaplan and Crew every Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 p.m. Only on the mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com.
Customer service is a priority for us. We are door and window dealers and specialists in a variety of different product lines. You're going to see 16,000 feet of the largest showroom in San Diego for doors and windows. We have a magnificent space here, much larger than any other dealer in the area, which makes it very comfortable for our customers to see and feel the windows in person. What you need to know about your project, we're going to ask questions about that. We're going to ask about your lifestyle, perhaps whether you have children or pets, which direction the doors and windows are facing. Do you have a view? Is it about opening space? We want to ask these questions to best service you and provide an overall great experience. People find these things beneficial because we can address perhaps threshold conditions, screen conditions, wall depths, colors, anything else that's important to the project prior to ordering, ensuring, again, complete satisfaction in the long run.
Give us a call or visit us online at PriorityDW.com.
When someone you know has COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, things can progress very quickly, making them feel hopeless. But it doesn't have to be like this.
See, Mom, this place is going to be great for you. They're going to help you breathe better.
Pulmonary rehabilitation at La Mesa Rehab focuses on patient education and training. We use special therapies to improve your lungs, clear out mucus, and keep you out of the hospital. Pulmonary Rehab is Medicare approved. Call now to see if you qualify or ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab today.
Priority Doors and Windows off Miramar Road is San Diego's largest door and window showroom open to the public. We specialize in quality, custom, and unique doors and windows for every style of home. Priority Doors and Windows offers excellent service and selection with windows by top manufacturers like Fleetwood, La Cantina, Milgard, and more. For the highest value at competitive prices, come visit our showroom off Miramar Road. Just look for San Diego's largest flag or visit us online at PriorityDW.com.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Listen to the Mike Greenberg Show, 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific, Monday through Friday. Greeny brings his unmatched depth of sports knowledge, fun, and entertainment back to ESPN on a daily basis. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk, and the mightier1090.com. We'll be right back with more of Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
People often ask, when should I call a lawyer after a car crash? If you're injured, then you should call 911 and seek medical attention right away. Then, assuming the crash wasn't your fault, you should call a lawyer as soon as it's safe to do so. There are several reasons why. First, it ensures that your legal rights are being protected while you focus on your health. Second, getting an investigation started immediately can be vitally important, since the physical evidence at the crash scene, surveillance video, or witnesses may not be around for long. Third, unfortunately, insurance companies may not have your best interests in mind and may try to take advantage of the situation knowing that you are not yet represented. They may try to take recorded statements or make lowball offers. Put it this way, calling a lawyer is free. The cost of not doing so could be quite expensive.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes firm that get behind us.
We understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
Today we're catching up with Barney. He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, and then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
Most people never expect to get into a crash or trip over a hazard and fall, and they certainly don't expect that it could lead to life-altering injuries. Most of us assume it's just an ache. It'll go away. I'll be fine. And luckily, usually they are right. But unfortunately, some injuries aren't obvious, and the adrenaline of the incident may mask the seriousness of your condition. Plus, when the injury is due to someone else's negligence, then you will have to prove that your injuries are from that incident and not something else. So not only is it important for your health to get checked out to rule out that anything is serious or even potentially life-threatening, it's also important to document your injuries as closely to the event as possible in a medical record. Otherwise, the insurance company will try to use that gap in treatment as proof that your injury is not related to the incident.
Customer service is a priority for us. We are door and window dealers and specialists in a variety of different product lines. You're going to see 16,000 feet of the largest showroom in San Diego for doors and windows. We have a magnificent space here, much larger than any other dealer in the area, which makes it very comfortable for our customers to see and feel the windows in person. What you need to know about your project, we're going to ask questions about that. We're going to ask about your lifestyle, perhaps whether you have children or pets, which direction the doors and windows are facing. Do you have a view? Is it about opening space? We want to ask these questions to best service you and provide an overall great experience. People find these things beneficial because we can address perhaps threshold conditions, screen conditions, wall depths, colors, anything else that's important to the project prior to ordering, ensuring, again, complete satisfaction in the long run.
Give us a call or visit us online at PriorityDW.com.
This is the #1 advice I give to my friends and family. Get the most uninsured motorist, UIM, underinsured motorist coverage that you can. Here's what happens all the time. After a car crash, you have a ton of medical bills, you're out of work, and don't know what the long-term effects of what your injuries will be. Then you find out that the driver who caused the car crash only has $15,000 in insurance. And you say, good thing I'm fully insured. You have good liability, collision, med pay, but only $15,000 in UIM. In that scenario, you and your family are not covered by your insurance at all, and you will be limited to only $15,000 in defendants available coverage. The premiums for and UIM are not expensive, so do yourself a favor, check what your UIM policy amounts are, and make sure at a minimum they're the same as your liability coverage.
Music helps connect everyone. This concert is an amazing opportunity. Mayor Bill Wells and Banding Together will be here, and it's a time for people to sit back, relax, dance, sing, and to have fun, and for all of us to get together. And it's going to be a great night.
If you love animals, Animal Zone is for you. From rescues to animal experts, Animal Zone is fun for the whole family. Watch Animal Zone right here on YourView, Saturdays at 8:30 a.m. and visit animalzone.org to learn more about the show.
Drivers are getting in accidents at a rate we've never seen before, jumping 18% since 2020. There are higher incidents of speeding and more aggressive driving since the pandemic began. Please slow down and drive safely. It can save a life.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes firm that get behind us.
We understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
Today we're catching up with Barney. He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, and then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
From fitness to medical technology, explore how people are leading healthier lives on Your Health. Join Erica Cardenas as she introduces you to health experts and discover how our daily choices affect our well-being. Plus, learn simple tips for healthier living. Your Health, Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by La Mesa Rehab, improving the lives of those with all types of lung disease and long COVID symptoms.
Customer service is a priority for us. We are door and window dealers and specialists in a variety of different product lines. You're going to see 16,000 feet of the largest showroom in San Diego for doors and windows. We have a magnificent space here, much larger than any other dealer in the area, which makes it very comfortable for our customers to see and feel the windows in person. What you need to know about your project, we're going to ask questions about that. We're going to ask about your lifestyle, perhaps whether you have children or pets, which direction the doors and windows are facing. Do you have a view? Is it about opening space? We want to ask these questions to best service you and provide an overall great experience. People find these things beneficial because we can address perhaps threshold conditions, screen conditions, wall depths, colors, anything else that's important to the project prior to ordering, ensuring, again, complete satisfaction in the long run.
Give us a call or visit us online at PriorityDW.com.
At the Barnes firm, we're seeing more pedestrian and bicycle accidents. Drivers are rolling through red lights, and distracted driving makes every intersection a danger zone for pedestrians. Look both ways when crossing, even if you have the right of way.
Welcome back. This is Scott Kaplan and Crew Tonight. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio. SoCal Sports Talk. Here's Scott Kaplan, John Browner, and Alex Padilla.
Hey, great friends. It is Monday afternoon. This is Kaplan and Crew with Grande and the Brown Man. The national championship game of college football will happen in SoFi Stadium, and it's happening here this afternoon. So TCU versus Georgia. I know that's a game I'm going to be watching here as we're on the air, but I will just say we're going to get to all the NFL stuff that happened this weekend. And it was a great NFL weekend. As a matter of fact, yesterday during the 10 a.m. games, as it started to get towards 1 o'clock, watching what was going on between New England and Buffalo, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, Miami and the New York Jets, who was going to get this one spot, who needed to lose, who needed to win, what had to happen for Pittsburgh, for Miami. It was really an incredible day yesterday and an incredible weekend of NFL football. And now we'll get ourselves set for this first wild card weekend. But before we do, Grande, Brown Man, as we welcome everybody back inside the 7 Mile Casino Studios. I said to you before the break, I'm feeling very clear-minded today. Feeling very good. Feeling very awake, alert.
Did you go to confession?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
I guess that would make you like
confession.
guilt-free, not really clear-minded.
Right. Yeah. No, but that would make me like feel like I left the weight of the world is off my shoulders. I was holding in
Right.
something, had to
Mhm.
go to confession and let, father know what was up. But no, that's not why.
Never mind. I don't want to get into that, but why?
I'm going to tell you guys what I didn't do this weekend.
Didn't do this.
What I didn't do this weekend. I have not had a drop of alcohol. I don't think I've had a drink in January. Now,
Oh,
how
are you doing
people
dry January?
not intentionally, not because I was like saying, "Ooh, dry January, I got to not drink." And, and then once you put that pressure on yourself, then you're like, "Can't wait till February 1st so I can have a drink." It's not like that. It's just that like during the holidays, during December, every weekend was packed with holiday related stuff. And there was a lot of partying, a lot of eating, a lot of drinking, as we came into the new year, we just decided, you know what, for like the first 10 days, we're just not going to drink anything.
Mhm.
And it was really based on, to be honest with you, like a medication that they said, hey, don't mix alcohol with it. Okay, won't do it. But I'll tell you guys right now, sometimes like Thursday by the, you get towards the latter part of the week, you're like, I'm ready for a drink, and then with my girlfriend, she likes to go out, restaurants, bars, places where there's live music, drinks. Dude, I didn't drink at all, not one drop. And I'm telling you, got great sleep all weekend, feel well rested. I've kind of come to realize, well, geez, Monday can be a waste of a day as you're trying to recover from your weekend. Not this Monday. I'm feeling good, ready to roll.
So you're going until the 10th, you said. Tomorrow.
I'm just going. I just don't really like. I'll give you an example, Grande. Saturday afternoon, the Chiefs were pounding on the Raiders. I was like,
Mhm.
I don't need to sit here and watch this. She said, you know what? Let's do something we never do. I said, what do you want to do? Let's go to the mall. We went to the
The
UTC
mall?
mall, the mall. She's like, let's walk around the mall and then let's go see a movie.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh.
So, dude, we walked around the mall for about an hour. I haven't been to the mall in ages. Dude, the mall is like Disneyland. Seriously, there
That
is
mall.
so much going on at this mall, from every store on the planet to the lighting, to the music, to the food, to movie theaters, ice skating rink. I mean, it is freaking Disneyland, and I never go. So for me, it's like, whoa, she was like laughing at me. Like that's how impressed I was with them because I never go to the mall.
Mhm.
Then we saw a movie at like 4:30 in
What'd you
the
watch?
afternoon. Oh, terrible movie, just terrible. Movie called The Fablemans. Have you heard about this?
The
Let me
Fablemans.
tell you something right
No?
now. Listen to me. This is going to be one of these movies that's going to be up for every Academy Award, and no one will have
And no
seen it.
one likes it?
And
God.
and for me, I saw it and I hated it. Okay, so we saw a movie. Got done.
Oh
Who's
my
in it?
god, why would you watch that? Just
I
by
don't
looking
know.
at the picture.
I don't know.
Give me the people. Who's in it?
The new
Uh,
Joker. Or
Who's the new
Riddler.
Joker?
Joaquin
No,
Phoenix?
Riddler. The new Riddler, excuse me.
I don't know the guy's name.
Paul Dano.
Oh, I don't know that guy's
Yeah,
name either.
Dano. And then you had Seth Rogen.
Michelle Williams.
Yeah, Michelle Williams. She's great. I mean,
Yeah.
like the acting, I can tell you, she was great.
Spielberg movie?
Yeah, terrible. Just wanted me,
Oh, those
honestly,
are
just horrible. And then
I watched
but then,
2 movies this weekend, but not in the theaters.
what'd you see?
I watched Glass Onion, Knives Out
Okay.
sequel.
What'd you think of that?
Entertained.
Okay.
Entertained. Fairly entertained. Thought it was
It
good.
made a lot of noise.
And I watched The Menu on HBO Max. Terrible movie.
What'd you think
I
of that?
don't know why people thought
Really?
that movie was good. It was
Don't have
like a
any
Which one was-
wannabe.
oh, okay.
It was like a wannabe, like Get Out kind of thing, like kind of like what Get Out was. Like you don't really know what you're watching until you're finished watching, kind of thing. Yeah,
I've not heard of it. I think I was going to go to HBO Max because I guess this Elvis movie is another movie that's going to get
terrible movie.
nominated for a lot of Academy Awards, and I've heard nothing but terrible things. So I think
Terrible
I've
movie.
I might actually even go to a movie this Thursday night at the La Paloma Theater in Encinitas because now me and Rachel have decided let's
Now
go
you're
see
movie
all
buffs.
these terrible. No, we've just decided let's go see all the terrible Academy Award nominated films so that we know when they talk about these movies how crappy they all are because The Fablemans horrendous.
I'm gonna go to Browner's favorite spot and watch Avatar on Wednesday night. Finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Ooh.
in 3D.
Shout out to the lot.
Word of advice, people: don't go watch this movie non 3D. What's the matter with you? It's like watching
What's
a
the point?
movie with your eyes closed.
Right.
It's
All right, well, let me do this.
made for 3D. Watch it in 3D.
Literally.
Let me do this.
It took a decade to make.
We'll get back to this. We got bigger fish to fry.
I love
at
the
this
UTC
exact
mall,
moment.
by the way.
UTC mall's out of control. Out of control.
Yes.
It really is.
It's the GOAT
Shout
moment.
out Raised by Wolves.
They
You know
they
what?
forced Fashion Valley to remodel massively.
We
because of
walked
that.
into Raised by Wolves, and I didn't know that it was a speakeasy, and you have to sit
Mhm.
down at this thing, and then they flip you around. What's going on inside there?
Just speakeasy.
Drinking.
Bar, cocktail lounge.
In the middle of a mall?
Drinking.
Pretty dope once you
Dude,
get in there.
they got
my
bomb
friend.
drinks in there.
Yeah.
You get rid of
Well.
that January 10th deadline real fast once you spin around that fireplace.
Okay. All right. I'll think about it. All right. Listen.
Did you go to Javier's too?
We didn't go to Javier's this particular
In
time. We went to
Taifang?
some other. We didn't go there either.
Love that
Dang.
place.
We went.
You just,
No,
what,
we
you
went to
just
some.
walking for exercise?
We walked around for a while. We went and saw the movie. We got done with the movie. We went back towards the car. There was this new fish restaurant. I think it was called Pacific West or something like that. We sat at the bar. We watched the game, and we had a nice time.
Bro, you should have gone to Sinopolis if you was gonna go to a movie anywhere up there and
I
there.
know, but this is when we. All right, listen to me. Don't get me started on all this because there's a lot I want to
You
get to.
fumbled the bag,
you know?
fam.
All right, let me do this. I want to get to all of what we're going to talk about this afternoon because there's so much. And for anybody that's watching on Channel 4 San Diego and watching on television, if you get to the end of this segment and you're like, what happened? I need the rest of the show. You're going to have to come to YouTube. That's all I can tell you. Come to our YouTube channel. As a matter of fact, Browner, funny, I was sitting at this bar in this restaurant in the UTC Mall watching this game, drinking soda water in wine glasses. So it felt like we were drinking, but we were actually just drinking soda water. And this girl who's a waitress there, server, sorry, she said, "Oh my God, Scott, hey, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hi, how are you?" I'm like, "Oh my God, who is this woman? Do I know her?" I mean, they have that uncomfortable spot. Should I know her? And she's like, "Oh my God, I've been listening to Scott and BR. Now I listen to Kaplan and Crew." And again, typical. Can I take a picture so I can send it to my dad, who was just here? And if he was here, he would never leave you alone. He'd want to talk to you for hours, right? And so I had this beautiful conversation with this young girl, but I turned her on to our YouTube channel because she's still a 1090 listener,
Nice.
Anyway, all right.
Shout
Let me shout out is right. All right, Alex, I'm going to the very top. I'm going to describe to everybody today what we're planning on talking about on today's show. Okay. So I'm going to give you a preview of everything we're going to do in the next couple of hours hanging out together. And Alex is laughing at me because
I'm laughing at you. I'm not laughing at you. My dog literally looks like she just got shot. Like she just turned and now she's like passed out, like all fours up. It's freaking hilarious, dude. Sorry.
All three of my college kids all went back to college now. Thank the Lord. Okay. That these kids are now back in college. And I got rid of 3 kids and somehow the dog came back to me.
He's like, "You're all I got left, man."
Right.
Anyway, all right. Here's a preview of what's coming up on today's show because there's this is how much stuff we want to talk about today. All right, Alex, from the very top, if you don't mind.
I don't have
Okay.
your order in me, so tell me where to go.
Okay. Well, hold on a second
Wait,
here.
maybe I do. Okay,
Yeah.
here we go. Top.
Okay.
I just opened it. Sorry.
All right.
Here you go.
All right, here we go. All right. This is everything we plan on talking about as the afternoon goes on because there's this much stuff. This weekend, NFL playoffs are set. And by the way, there's a Monday night football game to go with this. San Fran and Seattle, the early game Saturday. The Chargers at the Jaguars, the late game Saturday. Are we going to have Tony Baselli back on the show? Because I have to show him how I painted my face after the Jaguars, my Jaguars, beat the Chargers.
Yeah, I got to text. I will text him.
Okay. Sunday, Miami at Buffalo. Browner, you don't think Tua plays in this game?
No. No, not at all. He can't play again this year.
He shouldn't, but he will.
Brain. Listen, if we'll see Tua before we see DeMar Hamlin.
Well,
put those two things together.
Unless DeMar Hamlin plans on playing this Sunday, I don't think so. New York Giants at Alex's Minnesota Vikings on Sunday afternoon, the middle game. And then
G-Man.
Oh, you're rooting for the G-Men, huh?
Oh, listen. This won't be as sweet as Aaron Rodgers losing at home to the Detroit Lions. But this will be good.
Yeah, I already got our team's so banged up. We are down 3 starting offensive linemen. It's gonna be interesting. I mean, it took a 61-yard field goal to beat them in like week 15, 16. So it won't be easy. I really do wish we had that 2 seed now that I see the Seahawks at 7. I didn't want it because I thought it was Packers, but now that it's Seahawks, it would have been nice. But we could beat the Giants. I fully expect that we could beat the Giants. Will we? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's not like the Giants are feeling like, "Woo, aren't we awfully confident?"
They already
You know?
started.
They should be.
They already started chirping. About how they didn't.
Mhm.
They thought when they were in Minnesota 3 weeks ago that it was quiet. That they thought it'd be way louder.
See?
But it's the Midwest, so what do we expect? They don't really care about. They were already chirping. I was like, oh damn.
Really? Really?
I was like, last I checked, Daniel Jones your quarterback, but okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
is Bill Parcells coming out with Phil Simms and Mark Bavaro and Lawrence
Yeah.
Taylor? Did I miss something?
Listen, bro. Daniel Jones looking in the mirror at Kirk Cousins. Stop it. What do you same man, same dude.
Let me tell you something. Daniel Jones should only wish that he's had the career that Kirk Cousins has had so far.
Oh no,
Can we
he will.
Can we just talk about real quick NFC since we were talking about quarterbacks?
Mhm.
Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott, all in the playoffs. Aaron Rodgers at home.
Yeah,
Let's
but
go.
You didn't mention Tom Brady though.
Yeah, because he's good. I didn't want to put him in the same breath.
Well, I'll tell you, man. The middle game, the Giants and the Vikings on Saturday, and then the Ravens and the Bengals, which is kind of one of those games where I don't really need to see it again. I saw what I needed to see this past weekend, and if Lamar Jackson ain't playing, then I don't see Baltimore really having much of a chance in this game.
If Lamar Jackson plays, I think they win. If he doesn't play, they're gonna get blown.
I wish
I
there was
don't
a
think-
rule like
I don't
in
think they'll win
baseball.
anyway.
I really do wish there was a rule like in baseball where you can't play a division opponent in the first round.
Yeah,
I don't know how they would do it, but back-to-back weeks and for the third time this year, like I'm good.
Yeah, but listen, even if Lamar Jackson does come back, I just figure he's not healthy. He's not 100%, hasn't practiced or played in 4 or 5 weeks. I don't see it.
See, I don't think he's hurt, and that's a different conversation because we're going through this. I don't think Lamar Jackson's hurt. I think this is a money
Well,
thing.
if this is a money thing, then honestly,
Terrible.
like just might as well just get rid of him now. I mean, Derek Carr, the guy,
That's what I'm saying.
And then on
Derek
Monday,
Carr, the guy.
yeah,
Park that car.
The Colts signed him
Dallas-
yet?
no. Hey, Dallas and Tampa on Monday night, and listen, Dallas is significantly better in terms of record, but Tampa's at home and they've got Tom Brady, and this is Tom Brady's time of year, so it will not surprise me not one bit. I'm telling you right now, will not surprise me one bit if Tom Brady finds himself in the NFC Championship game again
Cowboys looked awful yesterday.
with a chance.
Which one of these games do you have the most interest in? Which one do you have the least interest in?
Most interest Jacksonville and the Chargers, just because of just for the fun of it all.
It was the closest game as far as odds go. It's the closest game
Mm-hmm.
of the weekend.
But I would say that probably for me, I guess I would say Miami and Buffalo is very interesting to me, especially if Tua plays, and Dallas Tampa is interesting because this could be the end of Tom Brady.
That's so funny because the Dallas Tampa game, I have zero interest
Yeah,
in
but
that.
you're a
game. I'm gonna
Cowboy
watch
hater.
it, obviously, it's the playoff game.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm also not fond of Tom Brady, so I have zero interest. That's gonna be the most overhyped game of the week.
See, like the
All right,
expanded
Overhyped.
playoffs is great, right? Because it gives another teams chances to make it. But
Mm-hmm.
if you get rid of Miami and you get rid of Seattle, the matchups look a lot better this weekend. If it wasn't expanded playoffs, it would have been New York, Tampa, Minnesota, Dallas. Like they just look better on paper.
Yeah.
It's
All
almost
right, let's
like
keep.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, let's keep going because we got a lot we want to get to in this show today. I don't know if we're going to get to it all. We're going to try. All right, here are the odds for the Super Bowl now that the playoff field has been set. The Chiefs are the favorite, followed by the Bills, then the Niners, then the Eagles, Bengals, Cowboys, Chargers plus 2,200. But the Chargers, according to Vegas, better chance than the Vikings and the Bucks, Ravens, Jaguars, Seahawks, Dolphins, Giants. So got a lot to get to.
I feel weird.
I'm
gonna
surprised
feel
about
weird
the
what I'm
Bucks
about to
being
say.
so high.
Yeah, me too. They play terrible.
Awful.
Terrible. I'm about to say something that I mean, it's gonna sound weird when I say it because I'm so pro Charger at this point.
Yeah.
I think Jacksonville can win the Super Bowl. As wild as that may sound, because I think the Chargers are gonna beat them. But if the Chargers don't beat them, I think they can win the Super Bowl. They have a great running back. Their quarterback is up. They look like Cincinnati did last year. They have but their pass rush is better. Because that kid who was taking number one, who I thought was like, oh, who the hell is this guy? He's actually pretty good. And they also have their Josh Allen is pretty good too. So they have a recipe
And they got
to
a
get
coach.
hot and get on the run.
They got a
And their
coach.
coach,
Right.
bam.
They got a
and
real
their
coach.
coach has already done this in this way.
And by the way, this is why, as much as I think that it is conceivable that the Chargers could go cross country and win this game, they could. Absolutely. The Chargers could win this game. But the Jaguars
You think they should?
Should they?
Ooh, that's a better question.
Yeah.
That's a better
I
question.
guess my answer is I'm not really that sure because I haven't really seen the Jags play all that much other than seeing them beat the Chargers earlier this year. And I don't really think the Titans are that good. But then again, the Chargers just kind of squeaked by the Titans.
I mean, for
by
as
a
much
field
hate,
goal.
for as much hate as we gave them this year, to be fair to them, I know we never do this, but they are probably where people thought they would be. It's a weird route they got there.
Yes.
They were never
Right.
going to win the
Yes.
AFC West.
Right.
And they're the top
Correct.
non-division winner. So they kind of are
Correct.
where a lot of people thought they would be. But I
Right.
still
Nobody
think
thought they would
watching the
be above
games,
Kansas City. Right.
but watching the games, you don't think they're a legit contender.
No.
You just don't.
Well, and especially with what happened yesterday, because here's the thing, Mike Williams is one of the best pure talents in the NFL at wide receiver, but he can't stay healthy. And he got hurt again yesterday. They carted him off the field. And Joey Bosa, who I never expected to be back this year, because when you have groin surgery, you just don't expect that guy to be back. Well, he came back and he barely played last week, and he was in the game this week, and he got hurt again.
And he hurt his groin.
Yeah. So I think that the Chargers could. I don't know that I would go so far as to say should. And I think Jacksonville will win this game because they're home and because all of a sudden they've started to believe in who they are and who they're becoming. And I will just tell you this. If you said to me, take the coach of the Chargers, take the coach of the Jaguars, even though he's in his first year.
No contest.
And it's no contest.
I think that's the difference in the game.
but here's the
I don't
deal.
think roster-wise anybody's better. I think that
I agree.
the coach makes the difference.
I think the only difference is outside of the coach, the guys who will be on the field. I think this is the Herbert moment.
Or the Lawrence
I like
moment.
Trevor Lawrence.
I
I like
Lawrence
Trevor
was the
Lawrence.
number one overall pick. This could be his moment.
Correct. I like Trevor Lawrence. But I think this is going to be the moment where people go, okay, you got in, you won your playoff game. I don't know, because Trevor Lawrence didn't look good in the last game.
Yeah.
I don't even know if put it this way, if the Chargers win the game and then they go to Kansas City the following week and they get bounced, which everybody would expect, I don't think anybody's going to go, but hey, don't take anything away from Justin Herbert. He has won a playoff game. People would say this. So what? He beat Jacksonville in their first year of their head coach and the second year of their quarterback. No one's going to be overly impressed with this.
I will say one thing that surprised me was it Saturday night with that when they were playing the Titans. I know the Jaguars made the playoffs not that long ago with Blake Bortles, but that place was rocking, dude. That place was loud on Saturday night.
Dude, as a pure NFL fan, okay, someone who loves the game of football and can't help myself, but still loves the league, to see places like Jacksonville, which was a dead market, to see a place like Cincinnati, which
Come
I mean,
alive.
pre-Joe Burrow, they had nobody at those games. City had no love and support for the franchise, but winning has made cities like Jacksonville and Cincinnati come to life. And I, as a fan, as somebody who's watching it on TV, it makes it that much
And
more
I bring it
exciting.
up because now it's something you have to deal with. Now you're talking about a true home field that the Chargers have to go deal with, which the Chargers don't ever really have a true home field. But when you go into a place like Jacksonville, you're like, oh, it won't be that crazy. But Saturday, it looked pretty freaking crazy.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, let's not forget, Duval, as they like to refer to that, was jumping when Jalen Ramsey was out there, and they had that monster defense. Like, this wasn't that long ago.
Right. So that's why when Bortles it wasn't that long ago when they were playing like Tyrod Taylor and the Bills in the playoffs.
Yeah, about
Right.
that. How about that?
And then they almost beat the Patriots, but then they, choked.
Hey, stand by for 1 second, guys, because as we were going to start going through everything we were going to get to, and we only got to a little bit of it, so we'll keep it going. Hey, I want to remind everybody about our friends at Penske San Diego, PenskeSanDiego.com. They've got over 1,000 cars that are all organized on their website, PenskeSanDiego.com. So if you're looking for new or certified pre-owned, everything is right there on the website. So you have all these dealerships, 12 dealerships with 9 brands: Acura, Audi, BMW, Honda, Lexus, Mini, Mazda, Mercedes, and Toyota. So if you're looking, not only do they have all those brands, but again, organized in such a way to make things faster and easier for you. All the certified pre-owns are right there. PenskeSanDiego.com. All right, more from this insane weekend where the NFL regular season wrapped up next on Kaplan and Crew.
You're watching Kaplan and Crew Tonight, powered by the mightier 1090 AM, ESPN Radio, and Your View, featuring the best sports talk in SoCal.
Locally owned and operated, not some bland, uninspired, corporate, cookie-cutter radio station crap. We simply say to those stations, Q. The mightier 1090 ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Priority Doors and Windows off Miramar Road is San Diego's largest door and window showroom open to the public. We specialize in quality, custom, and unique doors and windows for every style of home. Priority Doors and Windows offers excellent service and selection with windows by top manufacturers like Fleetwood, La Cantina, Milgard, and more. For the highest value at competitive prices, come visit our showroom off Miramar Road. Just look for San Diego's largest flag or visit us online at PriorityDW.com.
Hola, I'm J.R. Cardenas.
And I'm Vanessa Ramirez.
We're the hosts for Su Vida, where we showcase California restaurants, music,
art, culture, and so much more.
We would love to talk to you about featuring your business on our show.
Yes, and as an added bonus, you get to keep the professional video segment to repurpose and use on your website or social media channels.
Please click on the link below to get more information about how to put your business on Su Vida.
We hope to hear from you soon.
When you're in pain, you need physical therapy that works, but you want to feel safe during these times. At La Mesa Rehab, your health is our business. We screen each patient, provide masks, and constantly sanitize our private individual treatment areas so you can focus on healing. The foundation of our physical therapy is education. Our therapists care and guide you through the healing process. Ask your doctor about La Mesa Rehab.
The best care you can have at La Mesa Rehab.
When doors open for kids, they change lives. For over 75 years, the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater San Diego has been opening its doors to provide a safe place for kids whenever they are out of school. A place with caring mentors and opportunities to focus on academic success, healthy lifestyles, and character building. At the club, we do whatever it takes to meet the needs of every kid that walks through our doors by inspiring, empowering, and changing lives.
If you're going to count yourself as a fan of this radio station, you'll need to continuously ask yourself one basic question. Am I listening enough? Pro tip, wives are not a good source for input on this. This is the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio.
Many are adding companion units or ADUs to bring more value to their homes. Our experience, plus our strong relationship with the city, makes adding on easier for our homeowners.
We listen to you first, then design and build. Visit murraylampert.com for your consultation.
At Shelter to Soldier, being a private nonprofit, we rely on the community. Thankfully, we have sponsors like the Barnes firm that get behind us.
We understand the difficulties that many of our veterans face when they come back into civilian life. And this program just seemed like the perfect fit.
Today we're catching up with Barney. He is now in our matching phase of our program. He is meeting eligible veterans in what we call speed dating.
How's it going?
So we have just recently approved 5 new veterans for our program. So Barney will be meeting every single one of them to see if he is the perfect match for them.
Barney's perfect date would be a nice long walk on the beach, and then he would like to end the night with a nice dinner with his veteran.
We got to find the right person for the right dog.
Hey, great friends, it's Scott Kaplan here, and I want you to come check out our new TV show. It's called Kaplan and Crew Tonight, every Monday through Friday at 7 o'clock right here. Now, look, it's the best of the radio show from earlier that day on the mightier 1090, and we've been doing it for 20 years, so now we're expanding the way we talk about sports and the way we can be heard and viewed.
Kaplan and Crew Tonight. Be a part of the crew. Weeknights from 7 to 8 p.m. on Your View.
Thank you for joining us. Catch Scott Kaplan and Crew tonight from 7 to 8 p.m. Pacific every Monday through Friday. The very best from today's Scott Kaplan and Crew show on the mightier 1090 AM ESPN Radio, SoCal Sports Talk.
Join Jane Klaus on Creative Living as she shares fun and inspiring ideas for enriching your life. Explore the kitchen of a local restaurant, preview travel destinations, or discover a new hobby. With Creative Living, imagine what you can do. Watch Creative Living, Sunday night at 8:30 on YourView and YourView.com. Brought to you by Murray Lampert. Design, build, remodel. Together, we create home.
Does a new year mean new you? Stick around because...
How about no? That's too much pressure. Then we get discouraged and then we quit. How about we just be healthier?
Ah, I'm good with that. So no resolution is our resolution.
Bingo.
Today on
Sous Vida.
Okay, so like how much healthier?
Like a lot healthier. I'm gonna say let's shed about 60 pounds each.
Like no more pizza?